Greetings and salutations, I'm Keb. Welcome back to this Let's Play of Sid Meier's Civilization 2 as the Celts. We're basically just turning our way towards the spaceship. It's gonna take a while. We're gonna get there. Of course, we need to increase our manufacturing capacities quite a bit. I'm trying to do that. Let's see, that's this small town that was kind of starving and kind of lost. I think we're gonna need the engineer first. Or you'll never grow. Verona could use some extra shields. Let's build a mine. Alright, I can't irrigate that square yet. I'm not sure I want to do anything with that square. Let's help terraform that one. I'm pretty certain that it speeds up the process if you stack workers on the task. I think that's still applied in this game. And if it didn't, well, we'll find out, I guess. Everything down here has been improved too. This town doesn't have a harbor. Need that first, I think. It's when you have all of these manufacturing buildings that you really start to notice how many cities you have, because then you're stuck just giving orders every single turn, trying to increase productivity. Yeah, and I do think we're starting to lose money because of all of our advanced factory buildings. It's not that we particularly need them, but I kind of want them. Okay, guerrilla warfare. Partisans. Woohoo. In extreme situations, usually spawned by an oppressive or militaristic system of government, small groups of citizens have been known to form armed factions. In many cases, these splinter groups lack the numbers, finances, and armament to start a full-scale revolution. Instead, they adopt a practice of undermining governmental authority through covert military operations. These operations usually take the form of hit-and-run tactics, where rebel soldiers launch a surprise attack on an enemy target, then disappear into hiding, only to strike again at some other time and place. Such tactics, known as guerrilla warfare, seldom have any lasting effect individually. However, over many years, guerrilla fractions can become a serious threat to governmental authority if the rebels cannot be caught and suppressed. Tactics of this sort were used to great effect by the partisan forces in Nazi-occupied Europe during World War II. Okie dokie, and two choices. Advanced flight, nuclear power. Yeah, fine, advanced flight it is. We're starting to just disable most of our wonders anyway, so It's okay. That should be the last of Cremona, unless I, cut down the forest, make more farmlands. Terraformed into plains. Yeah, plains is good enough. One thing I never quite understood is, does terraforming have a negative effect on global warming? It doesn't look like it. But I kind of would assume that since you're completely changing the ecosphere, there should be some kind of backlash, but nah. I guess that would have been too complicated. I wish I could see all of these areas, because there are probably tons of cities settled that we can't see. But I don't want to spend that much time looking for cities. I'm kind of hoping that the space stuff will reveal the map. I honestly don't recall if it did in Civ 2. I think it did. But again, it's been so long since I played this game for real that I do not recall all the finer points. Yeah, the city really needs to open up a bit more. Production buildings, first and foremost. Yeah, oh my goodness, we're getting very low on buildings up here in Rimini. We discovered advanced flight. Bomber, carrier, and more techs. During World War II and in the years that followed, great leaps were made in the field of aviation. The military demands of the war necessitated the development of aircraft designed for long-range bombing and for the transportation of troops and equipment. Although advances in aviation were made all over the world during this time, the Germans were particularly adept in the development of advanced flight technologies. In 1944, they developed the V-2 Buzz Bomb, the first truly guided missile, capable of delivering 2,000 pounds of explosives to targets nearly 200 miles away. The Germans also developed the Messerschmitt 262, the first jet fighter plane, which was first used in 1945. Although both the V-2 and the Messerschmitt 262 came too late to affect the outcome of World War II, both of these advances paved the way for advanced flight technologies of today. And then there's the K3. I think it was the K3 Comet. K36. I forget. Forget the numbering. Text. Sure, rocketry. Let's get towards space. Our first manufacturing plant. No, second actually. Airports go for air units, right? But yeah, and allows airlifting, which is kind of nice. Fine. Go for the airport then. There's no really need to consider too much at this point, because given that we have such high production rates, everything is sort of finished instantly anyway. Certainly feels that way. Yeah, Capua is a bit more of an issue. A lot of lands to terraform there. And the transport railway is almost done. Yeah, sure, fine. Build the airport. Stop complaining about them. I'm guessing it only asks about those because it has such loud... No, actually, you know what? I think it's time. SETI... Oh! Oh, I forgot. I thought SETI just doubled research. Oh, if it counts as research labs, we want that right away. Did I just click E instead of... Well, that's not what I wanted. I think. Yeah, no matter. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. You are going to build... I don't know. There. And we're still not talking to the other pups. Don't want to talk to them. Ooh, fanatics. That's because we researched guerrilla warfare, I think. It's gonna be ugly being the AI, if they don't have the units to defend against all of that. Yeah, manufacturing said, that's fine. Maybe I should switch over to... Nah, not yet. I'm thinking about switching the tax rate from science and into funds so I can build factories and stuff. And buy factories. I mean, the techs are coming very fast now, so... Okay, rocketry. We're getting closer to the space race. Rockets are projectiles that are propelled by the expulsion of gases generated by in a combustion chamber. The first solid fuel rockets, invented by the Chinese in the 13th century, used a mixture similar to gunpowder for fuel. Although rockets were used in warfare to set fire to buildings and the sails of ships for nearly 500 years, it wasn't until the early 19th century that the first crude explosive rockets were used in battle. Research and design efforts by scientists such as Robert Goddard in the 20th century refined rocket design to produce faster, better controlled rockets. During World War II, this new technology was used to create the German V-2 buzz bomb, the first crew-guided missile. Scientific developments since World War II have been applied to adapt the rocket for use in even more powerful and accurate weapons with incredible range. The rocket is also used in peaceful application, such as the launch of satellites and the exploration of space. Okie doke, we're gonna go straight for spaceflight. I want to get my spaceship ready. Now, why do I always click E? That's not what I want, because E is airport, I think. Misclicks. Ugly. You finish building that trade road connecting those cities. And go over here. Okay, that's square then. And there. Okay, build the mines first. Send them away. We will not take their... not listen to them, because all they have to say is bad things. We'll throw them in reaching completion, and after that we're gonna get the extra decorations, I believe. Because there were, I think there were 2 levels. Surface-to-air missile battery, that's anti-air, right? That's all it does, yeah. Non-nuclear missile attacks, yeah. Yeah, fine. I want to build every building I can. Why can't it automatically center? When the units are at the side of the screen, it still has to go like that. doesn't automatically center. It kind of annoys me. And just cut down the last forest. Because who needs forests? Yeah, wisdom. No, we're gonna go with a harbor first. No, there's no mass transit, my goodness, yeah. There's many pops. Can't have to. Yeah, I was afraid of that. So I accidentally hit the E key and built an airbase. Dough. But it didn't replace any structures. Okay, so it works like with the forts. You can actually build them without having to replace a underlying structure. I didn't realize that. That's interesting. Oh, pollution that isn't cleaned. Oh, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Let's see, that's Abergawenny's. No, you still have some forests. We need to cut them down too, I guess. And he's sending a merchant in. Could be it's just passing through that merchant, but you never know. We want to build, I don't know, grab one. You don't have a harbor, so we can go there. And Rimney just needs a barracks. And I'll probably build something there. And we can develop spaceflight, woohoo! Utilizing the now well-developed science of rocketry, the modern exploration of space began in October 1957, when the Soviet Union launched Sputnik 1. This tiny satellite orbited the Earth for 57 days, providing information on radiation and other phenomena in the upper atmosphere. In less than a year, the United States had also launched a satellite, Explorer 1. This started the space race, years of competition between the US and the USSR to achieve new frontiers in space exploration. Spaceflight advanced rapidly from the simple suborbital flights of the 1950s to manned missions to Earth's moon, in the late 1960s. The rapid growth of space technology led to many practical applications, such as weather and surveillance satellites, and vastly improved worldwide communications. Today, although hindered by severe government budget cuts, the exploration of space continues. Plans in the near future call for continued orbital exploration via the Space Shuttle program, and the eventual construction of the multinational manned space station Freedom in the early 21st century. And of course, at this point, we know that the Space Shuttle program is gone, and we already built. We have built one space station, which is not called Freedom because that's a bit too Western, I guess. It's called the International Space Station. So, there we are. Ah well, and hopefully we are now at the verge of getting private enterprise to fund the space stuff, and that's gonna be interesting. Because that's gonna advance it much faster. Where there's profit, people will go. People will go. Yeah, go with plastics. Oh, I already built that one. Don't. for the swamp isle of Crete. Oh my goodness. Yeah, keep terraforming there. You go down and deal with the pollution. Someone has to deal with the pollution. Now they have conscription. They're getting text. I'd rather not let them have, but can't do much to stop them. And you don't have the sewer system yet. Okay. Grab that then. I go with the mass transit. We need to cut down pollution. And you have built a barracks, and that's the last one. Yeah, go with the Manhattan Project. Probably want mass transits, and we need to get the supermarkets up and running. What's Celts building, by the way? Oh, okay, this is very close to being done as well. Yeah, the airbase, I can't really remove it, so it'll just have to stay there. Doesn't really do any harm, though. I don't think the enemy can take advantage of an airbase that is on your territory. I do not recall. Yeah, cut down the forest this time. I could be wrong, but I think that the AIs have started, or rather stopped, fighting. Celts with their anti-air. Yeah, gonna build the barracks and probably then the Apollo program. We discovered plastics. One of the spin-offs of researching more efficient ways to refine crude oil was the invention of plastics, organic polymer materials that retain their strength when molded into almost any shape. Starting in the 1920s, a flurry of research into the nature and fabrication of plastics resulted in widespread development in the field, including the formulation of plexiglass and nylon in the late 1930s. The boom in plastics research and development continued into and after World War II. Plastics were quickly adopted as cheap, sturdy substitutes for more traditional materials such as glass, rubber and silk. It seemed that plastics were one of the most practical achievements of the industrial age. Despite their usefulness, plastics have proven to be an environmental hazard, since most plastics are not biodegradable, and they are therefore very difficult to dispose of. The significant pollution problem posed by plastics has been partially alleviated through the widespread implementation of recycling programs. Okie dokie, and we are going down this... okay, combine arms. Get to the chopper! Celts is done improving all their squares, so we can start doing the stuff around here, I guess. Yeah, I'm starting to just shift them across different areas. Don't recall which settler belongs where anymore. And most of the cities are almost done improving, so it's not that big of a deal. And I still just want to build more production before anything else. Mass transit in this one. Trying to curb the pollution a little bit. I always found it like, when you start building the anti-pollution stuff, that's when the town starts pumping out pollution incidents. Because like, it's like the AI has figured out, hey, it's the last chance I have giving a roadblock to this player. So let's do that. And you finished building, right, so you're gonna go with the Apollo program. And we're gonna go into space pretty darn soon. And it's going to be glorious. Mostly forests now, that's too bad. Yeah, we're gonna cut down some more forests. Fanatical barbarians. Ugh. Million, the population keeps growing at a very quick pace, which is good news for us. That square isn't improved, let's go there. And you have improved it. No, you haven't actually farmed that square. No. I'm not sure I like all these Japanese units showing up on our doorstep. Might have to tell them to get lost. Combine arms. Okay, helicopters, paratroopers is an N-Tech. Advanced flight technology combined with the principles of amphibious warfare and mobile warfare represent the potential for a devastating attack force. Combined air, sea and ground assaults played a vital role in World War II. The Allied invasion of Normandy in June 1944 represented such an attack. Bombers and fighters were deployed over the target areas to claim the skies, while naval vessels sat off the coast and bombarded the beachhead. Transports then landed troops and equipment on the beach to begin a ground assault. Modern advances may make today's combined assaults even more effective. Naval vessels and stealth aircraft equipped with cruise missiles and smart bombs soften enemy resistance before a ground assault. Helicopters drop and retrieve soldiers behind enemy lines in places not accessible to fixed-wing aircraft. Powerful armored tanks such as the M1 can be quickly deployed, moving at speeds up to 60 miles per hour. Finally, the combined assault is coordinated through a network of sophisticated communication, targeting, and detection devices, allowing for more precise deployment of forces than previously possible in history. Okay. Yeah, paratroopers, they're cool, helicopters are cool. We are going to go with... Yeah, sure, okay, we can go with the labor union. Yeah, at this point you probably need the banks. You need to get more happiness. $41,000. 41 million rather. Our population is growing rather rapidly. You can cut down that forest, sure. Okay. I think it's time for a short break again though. So, thank you for watching. And I hope you'll continue to do so.